This weekend, I'm at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in, you guessed it, Las Vegas. The Yaris has a bunch of new parts on it, and this is the first time it's going out on track this year. We're here, so this is going to be the first shakedown with this car with the new LSD, with the new 4.3 final drive. First time I'm driving it this year, and I'm at a track that I've never been to. We'll see how this goes. It's been nearly 6 months since the Yaris has come to a track day, but it's back with a new alignment, new parts, and a new look. Okay, so I haven't run this track before, and I'm in the open passing session for the first time. The fastest group, the red group, is just starting now, so I'm going to take a look and see if I can figure out the track from watching them. Okay, so first track day of the year with the Yaris. This is the first shakedown since it's had the 4.3 final drive put in. First shakedown since it's had the LSD put in. I'm at a track that I've never been to. Also, interesting development for this weekend. I'm in the open passing group for the very first time.
I feel like I should have prepared a little bit more.
Open passing sessions are up first, but apparently we were already behind schedule.
And we were watching, and I'm pretty sure there was a Z06 spewing oil.
Okay.
Good start.
Yay! Let's just cut into more of the moment.
It's okay. It'll only be on the fastest parts where he was full throttle into a braking zone.
No problem.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine, right?
But soon we were underway, and this new version of the Yaris got to hit the track for the first time. Okay, so that is the end of the first session. The car feels kind of awesome. It just wants to grip. Like, the front end will do nothing but grip. This thing is doing pretty well. So I managed a 213.6, and no tracks are the same, but it seems to be kind of this general design philosophy of these flat, middle-of-the-desert tracks that they all have similar lap times in a similar car. Chuckwalla, Button Willow, and this. So 213, first session out, learning the track, never done the track before. It seems like it's on par with the 213s and 212s that I was running last year in this car with the open diff and the other final drive. If I'm improving today, which I hope I am, it seems like there's nowhere to go but up. A 212 for sure, maybe a 211. This track is very interesting because it seems like there's some great places for some high horsepower cars, lots of great straights to just accelerate away, but then there's also some twisties and long sweepers where this car can really make up time. So the 4.3 final drive puts me in an interesting spot. I can pretty much do the entire track in third gear and fourth gear. Third to fourth is a lot easier than third down to second. The 4.3 final drive means that in those slow corners, if I stay in third gear, I'm not lugging the engine. The revs are still pretty high, so I can actually accelerate out in third gear. I'd probably still be better off in second, and maybe that'll come with some practice today. But for now, it's feeling really good just doing third and fourth gear. And the other thing that I'm kind of proud of is I didn't get totally swamped on my first open passing session in this car. That's kind of cool. But for now, I'm gonna go see some of the other guys that came up from California, some of which you might recognize from previous videos. The 8.6 Cup was here this weekend, so the paddock was full of the regular contingent of BRZs, GR86s, and FRSs. My buddy Ryan was also putting down crazy fast lap times in his C8 Corvette.
What's up? I was gonna say, I'm like, you're like walking towards it.
But pretty soon it was time for session 2, and I knew that if I wanted to improve, I was gonna have to get aggressive. The car was doing really well. It was giving me way more grip than before, and the engine, while still not very powerful, was giving me no issues. So I decided to push it more and more and more, until I found the limit.
Alright, so that session was very different. It was a lot more ragged, kind of on purpose. I'm trying a bunch of different things to try and learn the track and where I can take liberties and where I can't. The car under braking wants to track a little more straight, which is a good thing. I'm just not used to it. I used to be able to give it a little bit of a turn and the back would just want to come out. Now I'm getting understeer, but also when I let off the throttle, I have more grip so I can yank the car in. It's just different. The other big thing is I just tried to take one of the turns full throttle and it just did not work in this. The back wanted to step out, and normally with this car, the way you get the back under control is you put your foot on the throttle. That drags the front forward, puts the back back into alignment. But if you're already full throttle and the back steps out, not a whole lot you can do. It was enough. I'm aggressively learning the track. This track is pretty interesting. Adam described it as autocross on steroids, and that's kind of true. Like, it is very flat. It's basically like having a giant parking lot. It is hard to sight the corners ahead of you because it's all flat dirt and desert. But the more I learn the track, the more this is going to become muscle memory, the more the instinct is going to kick in, the faster we're going to go. I got 2 more sessions. I am going to do as many laps as I possibly can while I'm out here, because this might be the only time I ever get to come to this track, and I want to get as many laps with this LSD as I can before I start the GR Movement series. This year for the GR Movement, this might be a very, like, you know, it's just nice to be nominated kind of season. We'll see. The Yaris might surprise. It might not, but it might. I'm getting way too ahead of myself. I still have 2 more sessions here in Las Vegas. I gotta know this car back to front by the time I leave Las Vegas. So this is the part in my videos where both narratively and historically something goes wrong. Nothing's gone wrong with the car, but the jack is broken. It's leaking fluids. So yeah, that's not good. I wonder if anybody here has a jack. So that last session was really promising. I didn't actually go any faster, but I know that I can go faster. I was definitely on track to do a faster lap,
211, maybe even a 210, and I got traffic. And the predictive lap timer is saying that the optimal lap is a 209. And this is the second session that the predictive timer has said a 209 is possible, so I'm inclined to believe it. Like I said, I'm doing as many laps as I can. Unlike the FRS, I literally don't have to drive this thing home. So if I wreck it in the last session, I have a trailer. I can take this thing home no problem. So I'm inclined to push it today. Now, I might have been tempting fate saying that, but the car was feeling really good, and I just knew a 210 was possible. This session was feeling really good. Even though there was a little bit of traffic, we weren't really slowing each other down that much, and the engine just kept on going. But the thing that wasn't gonna last were the tires. Woo! Okay, I am sweating after that one. So good news and some bad news. Not good news, bad news. The car's fine. Good news is I went even faster. I got into the 210s, technically. I got a 210.9 on all three timers, so it's official, I'm in the 210s. The only thing is I did that on my very first lap, and after it I just couldn't match it. So what that tells me is that these tires are donezo. And that makes a lot of sense. Even though the Yaris is light and doesn't beat up its tires very much, these tires have done 10 track days since I bought them. I got these just before going to Laguna Seca in 2021. The RS4s are great endurance tires, but with this many heat cycles, I knew I could be going quicker on some newer rubber. I know if I want to do Gridlife later this year, I need to run Falcon RT660s to compete in Club TR. I'm not going to be competitive in Club TR, I really don't think so, because I don't have, a K-swap. That being said, I still need to run the 660s, so I will buy a set of RT660s. GR Movement is also sponsored by Toyo, so there are some benefits to running Toyo tires in that. The other thing is that this belt is no longer holding me in. Braking for turn 1 here, I could really feel like my hips start to want to come out of the seat. Left and right, the seat holds me in, but acceleration and braking, well, maybe not acceleration, braking, I need a little more support, so I'm gonna need to do a 5-point or 6-point harness. But other than that, the car's feeling great. It doesn't feel like it needs much else. Just some little tweaks here and there. I think I figured out what the fuel cut issue is, so stay tuned for that. 10 track days on a set of tires is relatively unheard of, so if you're looking for the best bang for your buck, I highly recommend these RS4s. Even though I didn't manage to go any faster, I'm really excited for the Yaris's new speed and its new look. And of course, a huge thanks to Hot Rod Cameras. I mentioned them before. They helped me out with a bunch of camera gear to shoot this season, and they sponsored the wrap on the Yaris, and it looks really cool. So yeah, if you're looking for camera gear, go check out Hot Rod Cameras. I actually spent a second day out in Las Vegas filming with Hot Rod Cameras, and the footage that they captured of the Yaris is going to look so beautiful. I cannot wait until you get to see that footage. Be sure to check out Hot Rod Cameras on YouTube for when that video drops, and stick around on this channel to see if the Yaris can break records back home in California.